Okay, this is another video about using adjectives to report feelings and opinion. Basically, it is about two sentence patterns, so it's not that difficult. The first sentence pattern is it is adjective and that. Okay, so there are three parts. It is, okay, and followed by adjective, and then that. Okay. We use this sentence pattern to talk about how we feel about things. So this could be, feeling or opinion. So let's look at the example. It is unbelievable that rabbits are blind when they are born. Okay. When you find it very difficult, very hard to believe something, that that thing is unbelievable. Okay. Unbelievable. You can see there is belief inside the word unbelievable. That means you find it difficult to believe in something. Okay. It is unbelievable that rabbits are blind when they are born. So in here, the adjective unbelievable is referring to the fact that rabbits are blind when they are born. Okay. It is referring to the fact rabbits are blind when they are born. Another types of sentence pattern is using subject, verb to be, okay, and adjective plus to infinitive. Okay, we have four components here. Okay, subject, okay, verb to be, adjective, and to infinitive. You know what is adjective and you know what is to infinitive. But what about verb to be? Okay, verb to be is not difficult. Basically, it is just the variations of the verb be. That means is, am, are, was, and were. And of course, there are other variations as well. Like if you use modal verb must, of course, the be will stay in the form of bare infinitive. Must be, had to be, have to be. Sorry, okay, have to be. But then you know what it is, right? We also use this sentence pattern to describe, the subject. This time it is not how we feel, but we describe subject. Okay? It could be feelings and it could be opinion too. So let's look at the examples. Okay. Hedgehogs are safe to keep as pets. So here, the adjective safe is referring to hedgehogs. Okay. Hedgehogs are safe to keep as pets. That means if you have hedgehogs as pet, they are probably safe. They're not dangerous. Like they have spikes, but I don't think they are any more dangerous than dogs, right? Sometimes dogs they bite. So hedgehogs are safe to keep as pets. Safe is referring to hedgehogs. Okay, these are the common adjectives that we use alongside the two sentence patterns that I've just mentioned. So take a look, and if you want to memorize them, you can pause the screen, take a screenshot. So we have two sentence patterns. Okay, the first one is it is plus adjective and that. Okay, this is about saying how we feel about things. And the second type of sentence pattern is subject, verb to be, adjective and to infinitive. We use it to describe the subject of a sentence. And we have another variation. It's very similar. Okay, it is or it was adjective and to infinitive. This time we don't use that. Okay. The previous sentence pattern, the last sentence pattern that I have just told you about, it has that, but this time we don't use that. We use to infinitive. Again, they both express similar meanings. This is about how we feel about things. So basically, it is the same. It depends on the situation. Okay, you can use it is adjective that, or it is adjective to infinitive. It depends on the situations. It is important to protect the environment. Okay. Since here we are talking about an action, protect the environment. Okay, this is an action. Okay. It makes more sense to use to infinitive, okay, to protect the environment. Okay. If we use that it would be very very long. The sentence will be quite annoying. It is important that we should protect the environment. You see that? Okay, I can write it out. It is important that we should protect the environment. So you can see that this is a very long sentence, very redundant. Of course, we know it is we who should protect the environment. And in English, and in the world of English, we want to be as concise as possible. We want to express the meaning accurately, but at the same time, we want to keep our words short. Okay? We don't want to use too many words. Okay? So here it is better to use it is important to protect the environment. Another example, it was lucky to see so many giraffes during the trip. Okay. Lucky here is about seeing so many giraffes. It was lucky to see so many giraffes during the trip. Okay, again, it is another variation. It is or it was adjective for, okay, noun, and then to infinitive. So this time it is the sentence pattern compare with the last sentence pattern that I have just told you about. They are very similar. The only difference is that here we got for noun. So the difference is that this sentence pattern is to specify who or what we are talking about. Okay. We want to be specific. Okay. It is hard for you to do something. Okay. It is difficult for her to finish the homework. Okay, so let's look at the examples. Okay, very similar one. Basically, it's the same sentence. It is important for us to protect the environment. Okay. Of course, we know that it is we who protect the environment, but we want to be more specific. It is important for us to protect the environment. Everything else stays the same. Okay. to protect the environment, you can find this component from the last examples. We just add for us. It is important for us to protect the environment. And again, in other examples, it was lucky for Sally to see so many giraffes during the trip. Okay. You want to specify that this sentence is about Sally. Okay. It was lucky for Sally to see so many giraffes during the trip. Okay. Again, everything else stays the same. Okay. It was lucky, okay, and to see so many giraffes during the trip. Everything else stays the same. We just need to add for Sally. Okay. For Sally. We just put for Sally, and then the whole sentence becomes a lot more specific. Alright, here is a little bit different from the for, from this sentence pattern. Okay. Here we use for, but here we use of. So what is the difference? Okay. So if we use of, we were talking about, opinions about human or animal behavior. Okay. Opinions about human. I would say it is about the quality. Okay. Qualities. The qualities of human beings. Okay. I know it could be quite abstract. It could be quite difficult to understand. So let's check out the examples. Okay. It is cruel of hunters to kill elephants for the ivory. Ivory is the tusk, okay, of elephants. So cruel, you know what is the mean? You know the meaning of cruel? Okay, cruel of hunters. Here, cruel is the word we use to describe hunters, okay, but not the action. Okay, not the action, not the action. Okay, cruel is used to describe the hunters, not the actions. Okay, it is cruel of hunters to kill elephants for their ivories. You know what? They will just cut the tusk and then leave these elephants to death. Okay. Another example, it was nice of you to tell us about wildlife conservation. Okay. And here, nice is used to describe you. Okay. In here, you is a nice person. Okay. So don't mix it up. The nice, it is not really about the action, but about the person that follows off. Okay, these are the common adjectives that we use to describe human beings, animals. They often appear in this type of adjective sentence pattern. So take a look. So the last few words. How can we use adjectives to report feelings and opinions? We use it is or it was adjective and to infinitive to report how we feel about things. And we use it is or it was adjectives for noun and to infinitive to specify who or what we are talking about. I know they're quite confusing, but if you take a look at them carefully, then there are some common elements. So you don't need to memorize all of them. You just need to know the rules and you know how to use it. And the last sentence pattern, it is, it was. adjective, of, and then we use noun, pronoun, and to infinitive to express our opinions about human or animal behavior.